Hi, and welcome to our last lesson for this particular unit. We're going to be going over the misconception unit that we've been doing so far this term, and we are going to start with what we've done so far. So,
That's right.
first week we did. You might remember this board on Miro that we did. We were looking at the differences between misinformation, disinformation, scientific methods, all these sorts of things, and you guys put up your ideas of what you thought they were. Uh, yeah, that's still open. You could go back and have a look at that, and see if that still holds true, or if your thoughts have changed a bit. Hopefully, hopefully we've taught you something.
Yeah,
So we then went on to misconceptions in science. We went over a few of these. A few of these are new, but the general thing there, just making sure that we know that in science everything needs to be rigorously tested, that it was a scientific method. You need to make sure that everything is proper and that you're not just blindly answering your own question in a confirmation bias or an echo chamber. You're actually checking for proper information.
that's right.
So then we went into the checking for sources. So these are some acronyms that might help you. We can we'll upload we'll have this PowerPoint, these slides uploaded to your online learning area, so you can have a look through the SIFT. We didn't specifically go through this acronym, but it's a good one to have a look at. And these are just some of the things we went through, like making sure that the sources are proper, looking out for questions for photographs, confirmation bias, like we said, searching for new outlets, and thinking about who is the author of the actual source of information when you're looking at it. Then we went over misconceptions in math, which is abundant. It's basically what math is. Math is just a system of rules, and whether you understand them or not is kind of what math is. So, understanding why you thought certain ways about a problem and how to fix it is very important in math. So, I hope you're paying attention there. And then I think we come to authentic assessment, which is how could we assess you, basically. So you as students, you've done this unit. Now we as teachers need to assess you. So what would be a good assessment? You probably don't want to do another essay. So we're going to give you options. In a minute, I'm going to put you into breakout rooms and you are going to think about how would be a good way to assess things. Maybe you want to put on a play, maybe you want to do a rap, maybe you want to make a diorama. I don't know, but it's up to you really. So think about things that are your strengths and what you're good at, and what would be a good way to prove that you can articulate misconception and all the other things, scientific methods, sourcing information. How can you prove that you know what all that is about to us? So I'm going to put you into breakout rooms now, and we'll give you 10 minutes. Just compile a list, have one of you be a bit of a scribe and one of you be a presenter maybe. And when we come back, you're going to formulate a list with the rest of the class. So we're gonna do that now. I'm just going to send you off. Off you go.
Good.
Yes. So now that you've come back from your breakout rooms, this is the list that you guys have come up with. I've gone in and out of your breakout rooms and sort of had a bit of a chat with you, and I've made this list from your suggestions. So you can do a fake news article and showcase that you understand the the, the methods and the tricks that people use in order to make fake news articles by formulating one yourself or a fake science journal. You can do a play if you really want, if you think you can make that work, I guess. A game show like QI, if anyone's seen that, it would be a fantastic way to do it. You can have panels of people, you could film it, have ask questions and see if people on either side can guess whether that's correct or not, and have a point-based thing. That could be fun. Do a good old-fashioned essay if you really want. But if you have any other ideas, you know, you can come and see us later and tell us those as well. We might accept them too. But yeah, I'll pass it over. And
Excellent. Hello, children. Yeah, it's good to see you over here. It's a new experience for you. I know coming on class online. So I haven't seen much of use of the chat box. So if you know, we have a chat box. So when you have a question, you can put them straight away on the chat box and we can have a look at it and answer at the end of the lesson or maybe later on. Or if you want to ask a question, just raise your hand, use the hand button there from the reaction. So we know that, yeah, where you are. Well, so we have talked, and I think you had find these lessons on misconceptions in science and maths pretty interesting from us. Now, and already you have worked on in group of 2 on the different kinds of assessment or summative assessments, what you're going to submit to us. And that's been wonderful. Now let's talk about how we are going to assess your assignment. Now, how many of you have heard of this word called rubric or acquainted with that word called rubric? Can I have some hands coming up? Oh yeah, I can see one. Oh, somebody says no idea with the crying sign. All right. Now, what do you understand by rubric in short, maybe one word or a short phrase? Okay, somebody says guidelines. I can see some that's column typing table. Okay. Yeah, no idea. Okay, cool. Now that's rubric is kind of a very, very strong tool for both students and teachers, tutors and tutees. You can see on the slide, it's a transparent tool. It means it's open to both students and teachers for any sort of assessment. What it indicates? Basically, it indicates the achievement criteria across all the components. Any kind of work you do, maybe a written work or an oral work, any visual presentation, website, or whatever. We need some guidelines for marking assignments. We need to see how you're participating in the class or in the task. And we need some guidelines to grade you. So as a student, how is that important to you? You know that what you need to do and what is expected out of you to get a good grade. So if somebody is aiming for grade A, he or she can see that these are the criterias. So you can see it has got 4 parts, the performance criteria. So you understand what criteria you need to fulfill to get a grade A. And along with the criteria, you have a rating scale. So you understand if you get a grade A, you get 80% or 85% plus. And it also does give you a performance level like grade A, A plus, A minus and stuff. And it gives you a descriptors in them. Now we'll see a template there, and you're going to work out your own descriptors out of that. Now that's the template me and Ben have made for you, which you're going to work out again while going into the breakout room. So you can see the criterias, performance criterias are down here. So we have kept it very simple for you for this summative assessment. Knowledge, we're going to assess your knowledge about the concept and misconception. We're also going to check your understanding about science and maths, myths and basic concepts. The way you're presenting, like if it's an essay, the way you're typing out, are you using proper referencing or not? If you're doing a website, how attractive your website is it actually sending you the right information to the reader or audience? And your level of participation, like how involved you are in it. Now, these are your performance scale and performance levels. You can see level 1, 2, 3, 4. We have kept it very simple for you. And you can see the scale is like 50 to 59%. It's a D grader, whereas 80 to 100% is an A grader, and it's marked excellent. Now, how to get these excellent, good, satisfactory? We have given you certain descriptors over here. So you can see for knowledge, if we are assessing your knowledge level, if somebody shows exhibit or shows sufficient knowledge on misconception through their project work, they get a straight away B, which is around 70 to 79%. If somebody shows a high degree of understanding of and clarify the misconception in a way which is understandable to others, that shows a deep understanding and straight away gives you an A grade. If your presentation lacks certain effort, or it's pretty dull, pretty straightforward, and but doesn't show much hard work behind it, then yeah, it brings you down to grade C. Poor referencing is a very important point. You must reference, since it's an authentic assessment, and we have done a lesson on referencing and the science websites which we must use to authenticate our work, we want to see that those reflections in your work. So poor referencing brings you down to C. And if you are not really involved in your work and you do a late submission, because we have framed a time for 2 weeks now, because Christmas and holidays are coming, we need to grade that. So if that comes late to us, that brings you down to grade D. We haven't put anything called fail here because we don't want to see anybody failing. But of course, if somebody doesn't submit their work in time, that's a fail. Now, what you need to do is you're going to go in a group of 2 in a breakout room again for 15 minutes. We would provide you 15 minutes time to work on. I would love to see group 1 working on the level 1 descriptors, group 2 working on the level 2, group 3 on level 3, and group 4 on level 4. Come up with these descriptors in your own language so that you know what you need to do and what is expected out of you to get a grade A, B, C, or D. Is that clear? All right, let's go out for the breakout room.
No,
Beautiful.
But we've got to come back here.
Yeah. Ah, that's good, Ben. We can see quite a few good wordings all over there. Poor knowledge, poor understanding, no effort. Yeah, of course, definitely they are degraders. Whereas I can see provides rich example of knowledge, very interesting, excellent use of tools and evidence of hard work, gives you a good presentation and puts you into the A grade. So remember, guys, like when we are going to assess you, it's not that if you get 1 in A and 1 in B and 2 in C, so that gets you into an average. So that's how we would average and finally give you a grading. So if you tick all 4 criterias under A, that's a straight away A grader and a high percentage. So it's not that getting 1 in criteria in A and rest in B would give you A. So it's basically averaging out all the individual levels, and that would give us a final grade for you. Okay, so this link would be there in our DayMap portal, and you can see under our lesson, online lesson 4. You can click that link and work on it, and we'll also change a bit if needed be. And there you go. You have your assignment ideas already framed. You pick one and let us know by Monday that which group is working on which idea, and your rubrics would be ready. That's your own self-made rubrics. Work on them and submit your work in 2 weeks' time, and enjoy your Christmas. Yes, Ben?
I think that's about it. Thank you for watching, as it says. And yeah, to all those people out there, we'd love if you go to the link alongside the link to this video and put your feedback there for us. That'd be great.
Excellent. All right, guys. See you. If you have any question, feel free to email us. We are happy to answer you always.
Thank you.